What is up everyone, my name is Sydney and today I have a very exciting video for you because as you can tell by the title, I am telling the story of how I got Barricade for Greta Van Fleet. I'm wearing their shirt, you can't see it so it's kind of a lost cause, but I'm just going to share all of my love, all of my excitement, all of my thoughts and feelings, and at the end stay tuned for some high quality concert clips. At least the video is high quality, the audio kind of sucks and I'm not good at fixing audio. I didn't really feel like making a montage just because I wanted to put out like the raw footage just so people could see it, do what they want with it. I don't really care, just tag me in whatever you do with my clips if you want to post them, if you want to save them. I don't know, I figured I might as well just give that blessing back to the world since the world somehow blessed me with Barricade for my favorite band. Don't know how that happened. Also, while I have your attention, before the stories time starts, I sell Greta Van Fleet inspired stickers on my website. It is yourwildheart.bigcartel.com. Link is in the description. I have this design. It's my newer design inspired by When the Curtain Falls. It says "Didn't they darling" on it. Josh's little like ad lib. I guess it's not an ad lib, but like I just love it. It's like the one thing that like the second I heard that song, I was like, that's amazing. I love that. So I put it on a sticker. And this design, my tried and true, which led me to so many Greta friends, is my flower power sticker. Has lyrics on it. It's just a rose. I love it. They're affordable. A portion of proceeds go to charity. I ship everywhere. Check it out if you fancy it. Help me go see them again. So, also, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I guess I'll start with the story now. So, I went to the show in Oakland on September 17th at the Fox Theater. I got in line at 4:45 in the afternoon. I waited 2 hours until doors opened and I honestly was not expecting to get Barricade at all. I showed up decently early, but I couldn't wait in line all day, but I figured I'd roll up when I could and just try and get as close as possible. Even when I got there, there was probably about a good solid 20 people in front of me, so I was a little worried that depending on like the size of the stage that I was just gonna end up in the second row, which was fine. I had so much fun in line. I talked to tons of people, the people around me. I scouted this girl who was there by herself and my mom was like, come talk to my daughter, and we talked all in line. We stood next to each other by the show. We waited after together. So Kiana, if you're watching this, I love you. It was so fun hanging out with you. And that's the cool thing about Greta Van Fleet and their fan base is that it's just so much unity, you know, peace, love, and unity. And everybody is nice to each other, at least what I've seen in person. And it's just such a great atmosphere and I felt comfortable talking to people much older than me, people my age, and it was very inclusive environment and I really enjoyed that. So that made the line experience go by pretty fast, and then there were 4 lanes of security and we got inside and Barricade was pretty full except for there was like literally 2 spots left right on Sammy's side. So Kiana and I quickly walked to those spots and I was in shock. Like, I could not believe that Sammy was going to be playing bass like right in my face because yes, Sam is my favorite member. I can't help it. The day that my friend showed me the band, oh my gosh, I can't talk about Greta Van Fleet without talking about Tess. She makes amazing videos about them, takes photos of them, is so involved in the fandom on Twitter and Instagram, and she's just like a Greta queen. So if you want more content, follow her at Safety Tess. You probably know her or have seen her videos about Greta on YouTube if you watch Greta Van Fleet YouTube videos. So that's my best friend, and the day that she showed me the band, she was like, who's your favorite? And I said that one, and Sammy's been my favorite member ever since. So like being Barricade was one thing, but being like right there was amazing. I had a perfect view of everybody else. I could see Danny. Usually Danny's hidden, you know, like depending on where you are, depending on the drums, depending on where Josh is standing, you can't see Danny because he's playing the drums. But like I had the best view of all 4 of them and I was like, how? There's a trash can right there. Crowd was not pushy. Crowd slowly but surely started filling in. I turned around at one point and the entire floor of the Fox Theater was full, which was crazy. Also, random side note, Guy Fieri was at our concert. Guy Fieri loves Greta Van Fleet, guys. The night started with Dorothy, and Dorothy is amazing. Her outfit was beautiful. It was like this like matching one-piece pantsuit with like a matching drapey cardigan. Like, I'll try and like insert a picture, but flawless. Her band was really awesome too, and then also there was like a tons of tour photographers because the photo pit obviously is right in front of Barricade, and it was so fun watching them take photos because I want to work in the music industry. I didn't think I wanted to work in photography, but after watching like them work quickly on their feet, being creative, taking shots in the first 3 songs, I like wanted to jump in and do it with them. But I couldn't, obviously, but like it was just such a cool experience to get to watch that. And even though I didn't like know Dorothy's music prior to going, I still danced. I had a good time. She puts on quite the show with her stage presence. And then there was a break, and then it was Greta Van Fleet. The second they walked out on stage, I was like, this is not happening. There's no way this is happening. What is my life? Josh walks out, obviously. I'm like, if you know, you know that he walks out with a bunch of white roses and he throws them into the crowd. And I was like, oh yeah, Sid, you're at Barricade. You could totally catch one of these, because I'm not used to catching stuff. I'm usually way farther in the back. And he's throwing roses, and when they're coming over to the left side, and I was like,
what are you doing? You should come over here and throw a rose.
He finally makes it to our side, and the rose flies over my right shoulder. It was just like a fight or flight response, and my body chose to fight. Not in like a bad way, I swear. It was not that aggressive. But without even thinking about it, my arm flew back behind me, it grabbed the rose, and that was that. And I was holding a rose, and I was like, so like I had it like carefully draped over the barricade for the rest of the show. I protected that thing with my life. Oh my gosh, I'm currently trying to like press it so the petals are all like dried out so I can put it into like a book and keep it forever, because I'm a dork. And that was just mind-blowing too, because like it was one thing that they were on stage, and then I caught a rose, then they started playing, and there's like videos I've been watching and like scouring the internet from videos from Oakland like since the show happened, and you can just see like my little head bop into the music or my jaw literally just on the floor, because I mean through all of Highway Tune I just was looking at them like this. I cannot even process anything because they are so talented. Their stage presence is next level. They play so hard and intensely. Remember that. They are just humans. They are young humans, and they put so much heart and soul and effort and just insane talent and creativity into their set. And like I saw people complaining about the length, and although for me it felt like it flew by because obviously I was front row, I was in shock, like it's fine because they put so much energy. Flower Power is my favorite song. It was 12 minutes long. The studio version I think is maybe 5, and it was just, you know, Sammy's key solo. They had all kinds of solos. They dragged it out. They messed around. They added in different solos and riffs, and oh man, it was such an experience. I've never seen people like that talented live. Like their studio stuff is great, but live is just like next level. I feel like that's how their music is like meant to be listened to. If you're watching this, Greta Van Fleet management, make a live album. Everybody would buy it and love it. So just saying. The set rolled on. I was smiling like an idiot. I was dancing like an idiot. And I had the facial expressions of an idiot because during Flower Power, Josh looks at me and like mocked my facial expressions and started laughing, and I died on the spot. Really, like I didn't even realize what was going on, and then it clicked and I was like, he totally just looked at you and like made fun of you, but in like a nice way. And I was like, this night just keeps getting better and better, I guess. Later on, he was standing off to the side of the stage because Danny has a drum solo towards the end of the concert, and Danny and Sammy were Danny was, I can't speak. Danny was drumming, Josh and Sammy were standing off to the side, and when someone's doing a solo, they stand completely still, so like you focus on the solo and not the other people standing on stage, which I think is really cool because it just shows that they love each other and have so much respect for each other, and they want everyone else to succeed. And like it's so pure to watch them interact, the twin moments. Oh my gosh, I was just okay. During Danny's drum solo, I was having a time because Danny's amazing,
Obviously.
and so I was like getting it with my neck, like moving around like crazy, and everybody else was kind of just like watching, but I was like, yeah. He looks at me while standing completely still and just goes back and then goes back to being still, and I was like, they played new songs, they played old songs, they covered Howlin' Wolf, amazing, and they ended with Safari Song, which is like such the way to go out, and everybody was so excited. And then the show was over. What do I do now? I'll tell you what I did. I'm that person, and I went and just so happened to sit near the tour bus for quite a solid amount of time. They did not come out. I will not complain about it. I chose to do that, and they don't owe me anything, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, they should have come out. Personally, that's just how I see it. But it was so much fun because it was like a couple of people, and then it got smaller, and then it was like the core 6 of us. It was me, it was Kiana, my mom, a girl who was here from Kansas City, Missouri, a girl who was, I don't remember where she's from. She was from California, and then there was a guy who was here from Houston, and the people that traveled were here for like other things, but they also wanted to see Greta, and so we were all from different places. We didn't know each other. I don't even know their names. I happened to stumble upon the guy that we were hanging out with on Instagram because I was looking through the band's tagged photos to like look at, you know, like everyone else's view of the night. But it felt like the Breakfast Club, honestly. Like I mentioned that is because we were just like, it was like 5 strangers, 6 including my mom, brought together by this band. We were all waiting there for the same cause in the cold on the street, and we talked about the band, and we just sat outside. There was nobody else around. It was really like peaceful and weird. Like, I mean, obviously at some points it sucked because it was like, oh my gosh, it's so cold, I'm so tired. But even after a certain point, when I knew that the chances of us actually meeting them were super slim, it was still fun to just like the memory of sitting on the ground in Oakland until 2 in the morning. Security guards were so nice to us. A lot of security guards at venues will like talk you down if you're waiting outside. They'll lie to you and say that they're not coming out, even if they might. They just want to clear you out of there. Like that's like their only goal. But the security guards at the Fox were so nice to us. They didn't really, like, they didn't acknowledge us, but they didn't also, like, be mean to us either. They just realized we were there. We weren't in the way. We weren't bugging the band. We were just sitting off to the, yeah. And then afterwards, as we were leaving, the security guards told us to have a nice night and thanked us for coming and for hanging out. And I thank them for all their hard work because security guards do so much behind the scenes and they do not get enough credit. And he was just super nice. He was telling us about Guy being there and just like how crazy it was and how to come back soon and he'll be there for us, and like it was so nice. And although I didn't meet anybody outside the tour bus, I saw Jake for like 2 seconds. I don't know if he saw me, but everyone was like, oh no, that's not Jake. Like that's not anybody from Greta Van Fleet, it's someone different. And I was like, you guys, that's so obviously Jake standing right there. But I'm not someone who's gonna encroach on their space. I was just sitting. If they had happened to come out and talk to us, cool. If they didn't, I was fine with it. But it was just interesting to see. And they always climbed on the bus and went to sleep. And then I hopped in the car and went to sleep. It was such an amazing experience, and I wish I could have gone to the other 2 shows in the Bay Area. Timing in my life just did not work out for that to happen. But I know I will see them again very soon. That's my little story about Greta Van Fleet. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below with your thoughts about Greta Van Fleet. You love them, you haven't heard of them, what's your favorite song, who's your favorite member, have you seen them live, what did you think, do you have any fun stories? Like, I'd love to just talk about them because These I feel like are the glory days. I mean, not for the band, because the band's going to be successful forever. I already know that. But just the kind of the calm before the storm, before they really hit it big. And I think that if we're here right now, we're lucky to be here. And it's something that people are going to look back on and wish that they could have seen Greta Van Fleet in a 3,000 capacity theater when they're selling out arenas in the future, because I know they will. And yeah, I get to say I was Barricade back in the day, before they make it super huge. So I'm done ranting, being sappy, being emotional, talking about concerts. It's what I do best. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's at @DizzoSid, the same as my channel. So that's all for me. I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the concert clips. Bye!
Say goodbye.